Okay, so we're back. Now, like I was saying, you don't have to sacrifice black women to achieve, another relationship outside of that existence. It's almost like as if like people now I'm watching as if it's almost like they have to do it. It's like it's something that's being like as if a secret message is being implanted in people's heads or ideas, and I'm wondering where they're getting it. It's got to be through a combination of television, video games, one of the radios, friends. It's a big conglomerate combination that's happening. That's I'm. It's like almost as if they're like that. I think it was a Denzel Washington movie where the people were the Manchurian candidates, like that. Like as if they're being fed some type of concoction, and then they're just erupting with these emotions or feelings. Like it's almost like if they have to, you know what I identify it to? I identify it to black people that want to be achievers in certain arenas. It's almost as if they have to sacrifice everything that's African American or even remotely black about them in order to progress to the next level. And I don't think that you have to do that. I think that that's the idea that you know they perceive or they give off to you that you have to do this, but you don't have to do that. You can create your own wall. It just takes a longer period of time. You have to lay your own bricks, your own mortar, and build on your own foundation and get to the next level. I just think that a lot of people don't want to take the time that it takes to achieve that, and they just want to just be done with it. And I can understand a lot of the emotions that are attached to it. I think black people are just in general are so tired of the negative connotations that it comes with being black, and that's pretty much what it is. It's like you just get tired of people thinking you're a robber or you're a thief or you're a thug or you're this and perceiving you as all these things. And then you watch this stuff on TV, and so they think that the black women do want thugs and that they do want people like that. Now, on certain defenses, I have seen this happen, and I wish black women would comment and let me know because I don't understand it. I see a lot of black women. It's like they do go after that image, and they do want that, and I'm thinking to myself like you would prefer that over somebody who is a black guy who's working out here that is trying to put himself together. If you see some dude like that, why would you not get behind that dude and support him and lift him up? And then I know what you think. A lot of times people think in their mind, they think just like the Kanye West song says, oh, when he get up, he gonna leave me for somebody that's, a girl that's white. And that's not necessarily true. Most of the people that you see that when they're down, dude, if you really are for them and you stand beside them and they do get on their feet, most of them people are loyal. They'll stick by you, but if you drag them through the mud the whole time that they down and they trying to battle with you and then gotta fight to get all the way to the top because you're constantly being abrasive, yeah, when they do get to the top, they're gonna just, hey, let me settle this now, and you go on. I'm happy now. I just want to be happy. I can understand that. A lot of people just get tired of that whole scuffling scene. They don't want to be fighting. They don't want to be arguing with somebody when they get home. They don't want to have to do that. Nobody wants to do that. Now, on to the next step. So, why do a lot of interracial um, couples and things like this situations happen? I'm gonna give you a good explanation why to ask to why I believe why black guys are starting to say things like, oh, they don't, you know, there's no drama when da 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 when I'm with this kind of girl, blah blah blah, this whatever. You have to realize interracial relationships and stuff like that are naturally gonna work because the two groups are not accustomed to one another. That's just it. It's like if I take you right now and and I drop you in Romania and you know you're able to get a job and work and do whatever, you are gonna feel vibrant and alive just from the language alone. From the language alone, your mind is gonna be constantly working. You're always learning new things. You're experiencing new things. It's new, everything. So you always have this constant newness that's going on. You know, new situations, new emotions, and so you don't feel it doesn't feel like it's lacking luster or excitement at all. So that's what a lot of people are experiencing because you get with somebody, you never been in a complete white family. You never had probably the the drunk white uncle that, you know, comes every Christmas and drinks and gets crazy and talks crap or the pot smoking cousin who comes over and is high or smoking bowls in the bathroom or things like that. So when you do get in that environment or gone to the praise the Lord church down the street where they praise the Lord and sing all these hymns. And so for you, doing all those things are exciting. They're new. It's it's fresh. Your mind is clear. You don't have time to focus on all of the regular black issues. Do you see what I mean? So you're like, I'm free. And that's all that you know is your mind is free. But when it's all said and done, you are still back at root one. I'm here to tell you, you still gotta. People think that they're gonna run away from this issue, and they're gonna get these light-skinned kids, and then when the rest of everybody in the United States is lightened up, it's gonna be the same thing that happened in Haiti. It's just gonna be the kids talking to their parents and arguing back and forth, and it's gonna have to come to a head. The whole situation will eventually, race in this country will come to a head. It'll be dealt with, regardless of whether everybody wants to sweep it under the rug. They think we're gonna all hold hands and kumbaya, my lord. It never has happened in society. Never, ever, ever. It has always come to a head. There's always gonna be a struggle because things are gonna either stay the same or they're gonna change. And when the brown people of this country stop being afraid and stop trying to sweep everything under the rug at the expense of themselves, and that's what they're doing. Everybody now is like, well, we should just like get along and love one another. Nobody is telling you not to love the person next to you or be friends with your friend down the street. Nobody's saying that anymore. That's stupid. If you stood out in the corner, pumping a fist, uh, you know, hating somebody because of their skin color, you're lost. We've already done that. We've already hated it out. We've prayed it out. We've demonstrated it out. We rolled in the street and fought it out. Now it's just time for black people to get their act together and to love themselves first. Forget this love the world. You can't love no world if you don't love yourself. That's what I'm trying to get the whole message is. It all starts with self identity, self realization, self acceptance. When you can walk down the street and say, you know what, I accept myself, I accept and own my blackness, and really feel it down deep, you in there. That's what it's about. Black women, y'all don't have to worry about no black dudes. They ain't going nowhere. All the black men are running away. They're not running nowhere. They're going just like this in a circle. And eventually, what'll happen is when they realize and their kids realize, their kids are gonna come back and get you. That's what's gonna happen. You gonna see the kids that they raising right now, to trying to push them because they running away from themselves. The kids gonna come right back around and do a full circle and pick them up, pick up all the black women. It's gonna happen. I mean, that's the way it is. It's self acceptance. You have to love yourself, and it's hard. It's hard because you got everything out here right now telling you not to, telling you that you should be ashamed of who you are, that you need to get rid of your ethnicity. You need to not say, like, I hear a lot of people, oh, I'm not your sister, I'm not your brother, we're not black, I'm human and you're human. What kind of foolishness is that? Every other race can share a cultural identity, but black people can't do it. That should let you know it has nothing to do with hate, people. Get off the hate wagon and get on the reality wagon. The reality is black people in America do not love themselves. They hate their black skin. They hate everything about themselves. Not just you, me too. At some level, psychologically, from the music, from the movies, from the shows, from signs that I see walking down the street, all of that stuff is playing in my psyche. And I have to meditate and pray all the time just for self acceptance because it's so strong. You don't even realize the things that are combating you when you see them. Anytime you see Tyler Perry making a mockery of a black woman in a dress on a thing, it's shameful. That right there is making the stock plummet. You want to know why your stock is plummeting, black woman? That right there is a prime example. Because regardless of what happens, everybody sees black women as disgruntled, like Medea. You got a gun, you talk mess, you're big, you're fat, you're black, and you're ugly, just like they said on Color Purple. That's the way that people are seeing it. Every time you see images like that, that's what you're getting. When you look at his plays and the majority of the women are overweight and they singing and crying behind a man, when you look at Cora, can't find her daddy, who her daddy is, the girl getting pregnant, all of that stuff, people think, oh, I'm just watching a play and this is replicating real life. No, that's not the way life works. Life is what you see. That's what's going to be perpetrated on the next generation. See, you think you're watching a movie. No, you're watching a hypnosis tape. Every time you watch something on TV, shows that you watch, music that you listen to, you're creating mantras. Why do you think people say things like affirmations? Like say, oh, I love myself, or oh, I'm happy. Think about it. You say this stuff all the time. Every time you make something, if you think about it, it happens after you say it. It's an affirmation. When you get upset at somebody, if you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna punch you in your face. And what do? Punch them in their face. That's why, because you gotta affirm what you're gonna do first, and then the universe creates it. It's just the law. It's the law of things. So when you're watching movies, movies are nothing more than visual affirmation. So if you see somebody that's constantly fearful, I guarantee you, if you go and you look at 90% of the movies or the entertainment that they have has something to do with some kind of doomsday or something fearful, horror, or something thriller, murder, mystery. They're into a lot of things like that. And they have anxiety and stuff like that. They don't realize why. It's because you're feeding this cycle in your mind over and over again. And these are the things that we have to stop. We gotta stop it. And as soon as it stops, the better off everybody will be. So just some ideas for you guys to think about. These are things that I think about and I try to clear myself of. So hopefully, this will redeem a lot of black women out there to let you realize that these people out here that are doing this, they're lost. They are. They don't realize that they're hating on themselves. It has nothing to do with you. They're just trying to displace the dislike they have and separate themselves from it. And they don't know how because you can't. You can't separate yourself from yourself. You just got to be yourself and love yourself and realize that this is not who I am. I am this over here. And once you realize that, then you can grow and be a better person. But I mean, so if you see him out there, man, just I mean, the only thing you can do is I use this to a lot of people. I say when somebody's mad at you or something negative is going on, you don't have to respond. What you have to do is move out the way because they're not trying to hit you or get at you. They're really trying to get at themselves. So what you have to do is you have to just leave them to their own demise because they're going to just eventually erupt. And you'll be on your way and they'll be still there erupting. And they'll be like, it's just me by myself. And then that's when they start realizing, man, I better calm down or I better, do this or do that because you're not there anymore. You just let them hit their own road. Like Ray Charles said, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. And let them go. Let them get on down the road. Anyway, so gotta go. I hope you guys comment and let me know what you think. I read all the comments. I'll check out any video responses to it. All right, you have a nice day.